Done. So features of Linux. So why people are switching to Linux, why organizations are switching to Linux operating system, and why all the technologies are coming with Linux operating system. All the latest technologies are coming with Linux operating system because there are some features in Linux. Okay, so let's discuss about that now. If any time my voice is not audible means please let me know immediately, because if I'm without knowing, I'll explain the concepts. Okay, so first is open source. Means source code we will get along with the operating system. Open operating system is open to everyone. No need to purchase license key. In Windows means we need to purchase license like single user, 3 users, number of users. Based on that, they'll charge for the operating system. Nowadays, if you are purchasing new laptop, they are charging extra 2 to 3,000 if you want operating system, and they are installing the operating system and they are giving it because they'll charge for the operating system. License key is there, they'll charge for that in Windows. Okay, but here this is open, and we can modify the operating system as per our requirement. If you want to change the comments, because it is editable, document is in edit mode, we can edit it. Source code we can edit, we can modify the commands, we can create our own commands. So that is one advantage, open source. So operating system is free to everyone. Second is feature is multitasking. Multiple tasks it can do at a time. Multiple task. My voice is audible?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, Mukesh is saying my voice is not audible still to him. Okay. Multitasking. It can do multiple tasks at a time. It can do multitask at a time. Nowadays, most of the operating system that feature is there. Even in Windows also we have that feature. We can open multiple applications at a time. Multitasking means. Okay, so that feature is available most of the operating system. So in Linux also it is available. Next is multiple users. Multiple users can log in at a time, and multiple users can perform their own task. Multiple users can log in and they can perform multiple tasks. See, we have types in users. Any idea types of users? Anyone? How many types of users are there? Any idea?
Normal user and a root user.
There are three types of users. Yeah, normal user, super user in Linux. Overall, I'm asking. So there are three types of users: single user, single task, single user multitask, and multi-user multitask. Okay. So single user, single task. Only one user can log in. and that user can perform only one task. Single user, single task means only one user can log in into computer and that user can perform only one task. That is called single user, single task. Example is DOS, disk operating system. That is the first operating system. And this is single user, single task. Only one user can log in at a time and that user can perform only one task. If they open one application, in the same time they want to open another application, they cannot. Next is single user multitask. Here also, how many users list it is displaying. Still they can log in as only one user, but that user can perform multiple tasks. So that is single user multitask. Example, Windows. In Windows, how many users account it is showing when you switch on your computer, but still you can log in into one user account only. But that user can perform multiple tasks. That is why example for Windows is single user multitask. The next one is multi-user multitask. Here, multiple users can log in and every user can perform their own task. Every user can log in at a time and more than like approximately 40,000 users can log in at a time. And every user can perform their own task. Okay. Example, Linux. I think my system is open. Let me check it. No. In Linux, multiple users can log in at a time. Without logging out from one user, you can log in into another user and they can perform their own task. So example for multi-user multitask is Linux. Okay, so in classes, I will show how to create users, how to log in from one user to another user. That I'll show in our classes. And now, what I'm explaining as futures of Linux, every point practically we'll see in our further classes. Not in one day, one by one, all the topics I will show practically. Now, if you see here, I logged in as one user, root user. Now, if you see, here Jack user is there. This account is for root. This account is for Jack. One more user is logged in. Like this. Multiple users can log in and they can perform their own task. That is called multi-user multitasking. Is this clear?
Yes, madam.
How to create multiple users, how to log in, we'll see in the practical sessions in further classes. Okay. So that is also advantage of Linux. Multiple users can log in and they can perform their own task. And next one is portability. Can be installed on all hardware architecture. So specific hardware requirement is not there for Linux. It can be installed in any hardware environment. If you see AIX server, if you want to install AIX server means we need IBM computers. Like that. Some operating systems are there. They require specified hardware environment only. But Linux is not like that. Even Windows also not like that. It can be installed in any hardware architecture. And if you have least hardware environment also, Linux supports that. 512 MB RAM is there. Okay, 10 GB hard disk is there. You can still install Linux there. It supports. So that is also advantage of Linux. Scalability. Same operating system can be used on normal desktop PC to supercomputer. Operating system is same. There is no separate operating system like server operating system, client operating system. It is not there. In Windows means we have separate operating system for client PCs, separate operating system for server PCs. Like 95, 98, ME, XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11 for client PCs. NT 2000, 2003, 2008, 2012, 2016, this all for server side in Windows. Operating system is different. Options are different. Settings are different. We cannot run servers on client PCs. That is in Windows. But in Linux, operating system is same for normal desktop PC to supercomputer. So in which operating system you are practicing here, same operating system you can use in real time also. Commands are same. Version may change, but commands are same. It works with same. Okay. And it is reliable, means we can trust it because large servers has been successfully running without any single second of downtime. No downtime in Linux. No need to restart the computer. Without restarting the computer, we can update everything in Linux. That is also advantage. See, if you observe, if you have a laptop with Windows PC, sometimes you'll get the message when you're going to shut down, it will show updates are ready to update. 5 minutes to update. I mean, it will ask whether you want to update or not. Right. If you are updating, it means either you need to shut down the machine or we need to restart the machine after updating. Same in real time in organization. Those are using Windows computers. Every week on Thursday or Friday, Microsoft people will send patches, means updates. Okay, so what administrators will do is they will update the patches. They will install the patches. Once they install the patches in the server machine, it will ask them to restart the computer. So they will restart the computer. So if server is restarted, entire network will go down. But the clients are connected to server. That is the reason sometimes when you are trying to access our mobile banking like Google Pay, Phone Pay, you will get the message server is down temporarily like that. Because when the main server is getting restart, you'll get the problems. But in Linux, not only server, if you install something, if you uninstall something, whatever you do in your laptop also, it will ask you to restart. But in Linux, without restarting the computer, we can update everything. That is also advantage. I'll show this also practically. Up to now, the points which we discussed is clear to everyone. And remember, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. You can message me on chat box. If I'm going fast, if any point is not clear, you can ask me. And I already told you, once you registered for this course, they will give you Telegram group link also. So whatever points I'm explaining, theoretically or practically, everything I will share the notes on the Telegram group. Once I complete the session, immediately I will share the notes. Okay. When you logged in, I will share the notes. At the time itself, I will share the notes. And when you're doing any practicals, and further we have practicals, right? When you're doing any practicals, you have any doubts, you can ping me on the Telegram group also. So I will be there to guide you there also. And now, whatever points I'm telling as features of Linux, every point practically we'll see in our further classes too. And next is security. Linux is secure because in Linux, inbuilt IP tables are there. IP table is nothing but firewalls. Even in Windows also, we have firewalls. If you want, you can enable, we can disable. SC Linux is a secured enhanced Linux. Firewalls are used to secure networking files. SC Linux is used to secure local files. Okay, so Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there. And that is one reason. Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. So those who know the commands, they only can configure something in our computer. It works with commands, but don't think it is difficult. Linux is not difficult, interesting. And whenever I explain something command, I will make a note and I will share with you. So no need to worry about that. If you practice, definitely you'll understand everything. It's not at all difficult. So to learn Linux, no need to know any languages. Without having any computer background, you can go with the Linux. Don't worry about that because everything I'll explain from starting. So one reason, inbuilt IP tables are there, firewalls are there. Second reason why Linux is secure means it works with command line interface. So without commands, without knowing the commands, no one can do anything. Okay. And next, it doesn't support exe files. No next, finish, no auto runs. So many PCs are infecting with virus because of exe files only, but Linux doesn't support that. It doesn't support exe files. And next reason, why Linux is secure. For every user, password authentication is compulsory. Without password, we cannot log in into any user account. So that is also one reason why Linux is secure. But Windows, it is not like that. If you create a user, if you don't generate the password, if you just click on the user, you can log in into that user. But here it is not like that. Without password, we cannot access users. I will show that also practically. And next one is, we can encrypt a file by assigning password. We can encrypt the file also here by assigning password. Once a file is encrypted by assigning password, someone else is trying to check the content of your file, it will display the content in encrypted format, which no one can understand. If someone is trying to open your file, it will ask for the password. Without password, no one can enter into your file. So we can encrypt a file. That also I'll show practically in BI editor, how to encrypt a file. Okay, and Linux is secure because there is no setup files, no next, finish, no auto runs. Everything you will get as a configuration file. We need to configure manually everything. As an administrator, what we configure, what we write, that only it will accept. Okay, so Linux is very secure because of this all reasons. Okay, so Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there, and it works with command line interface, and it doesn't support exe files. No next, finish. No auto runs, and without password, it will not allow users to log in into the computer. And Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. And Linux is secure. Linux is secure because no next, finish. We need to configure everything in configuration file. Okay, so these are the few reasons why we are going to start our Linux course. Means these are the features of Linux. Okay, so hope you're clear in the features of Linux. So in the next class, we'll see file system hierarchy. Means once we install Linux operating system, what are the default folders you will get along with the operating system? In Linux, we call directory. Folder we call as directory. So what are the default directories you will get along with the operating system? That we'll see in our next session. So this is about today's session. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Thank you for this session.